Can't forget, does he still have a place for you in his heart? Does he still like you now? Today, we are going to do a mass test, please, in the following 1, 2, 3. Choose the one from the 3 groups that resonates with you the most. Make sure to leave your spiritual imprint in the comments section, double-click to link with it, and ensure you get accurate test results. Pay attention to the super accurate crystal wishing segment at the end of the video, so be sure to watch to the end and leave your wish. Alright, let's start interpreting. The feeling that group 1 gave me is that the one you're thinking about is in this group. He also wanted to get back together with you in the past, just looking at me liking you. But his feeling is not so strong. That is, the energy of communication between you will be less, so your feelings may not be so smooth. Everyone can make his other's performance. The abbreviation of the other's mind makes him lock it to see what exactly is the obstacle between you and what is a real idea in his heart. It seems like there's always some sort of obstacle between you two, suggesting that perhaps there's some other emotional involvement. Entering between you makes it difficult for both parties to have a deeper conversation. That is, it feels a bit difficult to have a deep spiritual communication. That is, the feeling of telepathy. It feels like you guys are the type that can't be explained in a single point. There is no such echo, but what can be certain is that you definitely still exist in his heart. That is, you still have a certain position in his heart. It might not be very firm, there could be a sway, and there may be the intervention of others between you two. That is to say, he is actually in touch and contact. That's a new goal for a closer relationship. Anyway, it's just that the dedication to the relationship isn't quite exclusive. Then you might have become an option in his life today, but it's still uncertain if you are the one he wants to end up with. So, it gives you a sense of endlessness. If you two have already broken up, then the chance of him wanting to get back with you might not be very big. If you two are arguing, there won't be any big moves. If you want to reconcile, the hospital is a strong kind. Let me take a look at the set of cards for you and see if there are any suggestions. So, his attention isn't really on you right now. You could say it's probably on something else, work, or another romantic interest. There's information from various fields indicating that he is quite likely to, if you are stuck in your place, or if there is a situation of distance between you two, it may accelerate the cooling of your feelings. Overall, the hope for future development between you two is pretty slim. The whole relationship is in a stagnant state. Even though you still hold a certain place in his heart, the possibility of reuniting in the future is quite slim. If you haven't been together, the overall appearance of the complex energy seems weak, which means there is less chance of getting together. If you really feel regret for this relationship and want to seize the chance that he still has you in his heart, I strongly recommend you come to me for a love frequency adjustment. Waiting for him to support you might not be realistic at the moment because the current situation is more suitable to make some changes to improve the energy between you two. Try to enhance the other person's initiative and enthusiasm towards you. It can make him choose you decisively, help to promote and heat up your relationship, and if you want to further confirm whether he is your long-term emotional development in the future, how about you can come to me as confirmed by your personal drop. Let's look at friends who chose the second group. I can see that the energy between you two is very strong because the first card is very bright, which means he liked you before and you have a big place in his heart. A very important position. You can double click this group of cards to lock the position you occupy in the other's heart. If the two people have been together in the past, they can chat together very well. There are quite a lot of topics to discuss. I feel there's a good chance that this group of cards might relate to a coin situation. So the channels or methods of communication will be relatively limited because you can't meet frequently, so you can't have actual face-to-face interactions and emotional exchanges. The bond between the two people is pretty strong. Right now, you might have high expectations of him. I might be looking forward to him suddenly contacting you one day, or you taking more initiative towards him. You like him a lot more. The message these cards give me is that although he likes you in his heart, this tracking position, and he has thought about you during this time, but it's not very strong. At this stage, he might still see you more as a friend. That's the dominant thought, a friendly relationship. Remind yourself now that getting along with him as a friend will make things more harmonious. But I don't think the specific information about whether this is the case for you is comprehensive or accurate, but you can ask me a bunch more. I am willing to test with either of your two cards or your combined card. You still have issues related to art, money. I feel this person, he might be more rational. It's because he has his own plan, so I feel that his whole person, there won't be some self, right? He will weigh the pros and cons, and when you get along with him, it's hard to feel harmonious, even though it can give you a very good feeling, but sometimes it can give you a very cold feeling. I feel like it's not a way to treat a partner treating you. What he manifests is that when you are with him, you can never guess what he is thinking, and he has a strong control. You would think there are some dominant. If your personality is also strong, there will definitely be a lot of friction when together, which is unavoidable. Then he will give people a kind of harsh feeling that he doesn't know how to procrastinate or to be tolerant. Such a love interest. His expectations for a partner are high, even though he might have some machismo or Americentric views in his relationships. Of course, that such a personality could lead to better career development. I think such a personality seems to do well in a career. So you have a place on his side and in Mangbao's favor. But he will think that being a friend is overall the best way for you to get along with him. This kind of friend attitude won't be too strong. For this relationship, if you face it directly, if you really don't want to give up this relationship easily, you must come to me and arrange a reconciliation match to see what exactly happened between the two of you. Look for a breakthrough method that hinders both of you, or be the mischievous one between the two of you to enhance the other side to find your initiative. Or some friends have already been in this relationship. You've already put in the law. I'm tired too. I'd suggest you adjust your own energy field frequency. That way you can properly welcome your positive policy member. Otherwise, it can really give you happiness. The happy people you missed. For those who choose the third group, I think you are attractive to him. Maybe your seniority condition is better. Then he has a decent career, and his ability to work is also quite strong. Then he might be a bit stiff, especially when it comes to expressing feelings, but he is good at expressing himself. It's easy to appear very passive. The time I've known you is relatively long. Just like the ring finger, your position in his heart is relatively high and he still likes you. You can directly double-click this group ranking to generate an energy chain to lock it directly. The feeling in this sport, looking at the whole situation, it seems that your relationships could have some complex factors, making it easy for some complex emotional backgrounds to exist. For example, get up later, or sibling love, or three-legged one down. It's not the kind of emotion that's conventional to outsiders. It seems he might not be good at expressing himself emotionally. Then there's one focus now. It takes care of all the other things. Although he won't take further action, he still likes you. This is undoubted. I think this emotion requires you to pay more. Only with an initiative, a positive attitude, will you have more chances to get back together. If you really fall into a complicated emotional background for this problem, you can also find me to do one-on-one tests based on your personal situation and how to take the initiative to expand. There will be a good result if you draw cards in person. There may be a better guide. The bond between you, I think, is quite deep because he is not good at expressing his feelings. The road of emotion has not always been smooth, although there are still many people pursuing Rose around her. He might not make a great lover, but he definitely can be a qualified lifelong partner. It's because he's not good at expressing, plus your character. Maybe you have a competitive streak or are a bit stubborn, so you tend to have disagreements when communicating with each other. If a problem arises, it can easily lead to suspicion and mistrust. This can quickly lead to an emotional crisis. But any happiness, I feel, is hard-earned. So in relationships, everyone goes through a stage of adjustment before gradually stabilizing. I feel your mentality. Be a bit more positive, even though the current situation between you guys doesn't seem good. There is a great opportunity for development between you. Everyone can welcome this opportunity with positivity because this video is just a public test to truly analyze the direction of your relationship, his real thoughts about you. What he's really thinking needs to be confirmed by your own card draw. You can arrange your feelings according to what I'd like to see what to do next with you two, or how to actively guide the other person to find you, promote, and buy your relationship. That's all for the interpretation of this group of friends. I hope it provides you with some reference. I'll help you with the final crystal wish time to welcome the crystal drama of good luck. Remember to sincerely write down your love wishes in the comments section and double click to receive your wish energy. Finally, I want to emphasize that this video is only a general test for everyone. Each person's specific situation and needs are different. For a personal rush, you can get the trust sanction that fits your actual situation to give you accurate test results and guidelines. You can pay attention to the private letter network or find me according to the contract name below the video. Detailed strategy, I will help you do it.
Solving your problems, helping you achieve your goals and wishes,